I'm banned. I can't go to the UK. They banned me from the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because of political statements you made on the line?
Yeah, not even political. I just talk about white supremacy.
Wow.
But I have a big audience over there. I have a huge audience in the UK. They don't want some of the radicals coming over. If there's a black person who's considered radical, they just won't let you in there. Forget about living there. They don't even let me visit there. They said, if I go to the UK, I'm going to get arrested. They're going to detain me in the whole 9 yards. So,
wow.
Yeah, I cannot go to the UK. I got to get a lawyer. I've been banned for about 5 years. So I'm going to try to get a lawyer so I can get that ban lifted. Even when I travel a lot in Europe, and they told me I can't even have a layover over there. And most flights stop in London and go somewhere else. And whenever I travel, I got to go all through Russia, and I got to be like Indiana Jones.
Even let Tyler, the Creator, go to Australia just because he said fags in some songs like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Some of these countries are real funny style like that.
So this guy, Tariq Nasheed, right? A few months ago, he was on Adam 22's podcast, a No Jumper podcast. And he was talking about how he was banned from England and he wants to go back over there because he has loyal followers. And how much he's getting a lawyer in the case, right? So this is my dusty logic. If he represents FBA, right, and he doesn't like other black people, he doesn't like black immigrants, he calls us tethers, or for you first generation, you know, born from African parents or Caribbean parents, he calls you guys anchor babies. That's how petty this guy, 6'5", with children, stupid and childish, right? But he hates these type of people. And with my dusty logic, the last time I checked, the black people in the UK are comprised of Caribbean-born people with children who will be British Caribbean or Caribbean British, however they categorize that. And it's also comprised of African-born people who have children over there who will be British African or African British, you know. None of those type of people or groups of people are FBA. And he's made fun of African people, calling them African booty scratchers, talking about their hairlines going back to the middle of their head, and they drive Ubers and all sorts of stupid shit. This guy who's 6'5", supposed to be a masculine man, acting like a fucking child. And he has said many disparaging things about Caribbean black people, especially Jamaicans. And I'll get back to my Jamaicans in a second. So if these type of people, these type of black people are in England, then what is his message going to be about? Because these people are supposed to be the people that he told his followers to separate themselves from. Separate yourself from them. Caribbean black people, African black people, they're tethers, they're anchor babies, blah, 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 blah. So why is he going over there to speak to those black people? And about what? About what? You're supposed to be separating yourself from the rest of us. I hope England sustains that ban. Yeah, because you're too much of a fucking idiot. Too much of an idiot. And in the last video I did when I said he was smart, I was being sarcastic. Because he's smart enough to swindle his FBA people, which I really don't give two shits. So if I was one of Tariq Nasheed's followers, one of the FBA guys, I would ask him, then sir, how is it that you have led us to seeing these other groups of black people as our enemies, and you told us to separate ourselves from them, but you're getting a lawyer on the case to help you to go over there to speak to the people you told us to consider enemies? How, almighty leader? How? This guy makes no sense. And I don't know if any of those followers in England of his that he's talking about are Jamaicans, but I would want you Jamaicans over there to know that this guy does not like Jamaicans. He has said some of the most disgusting things about Jamaicans, saying that we bring diseases to America and we rape women in America and we abuse women in America. And he said these things circa the time that Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez was going through their issues. Because he made it his point of duty to point out that Tory Lanez is not FBA and he's not American, and that he is Caribbean, Canadian, or whatever. I remember when he was doing those type of videos as far back as 2019. So I question any Jamaican supporting this guy